Hello everyone. Isn't this a cute cuddly little scene? I can't think of anything more appropriate to clear up a few misconceptions some of you seem to have about your role in the universe and why you think I should give two shits about it. Before we begin, I'd like to make it clear who I'm talking to. I tend to have to do that a lot, because some of you astroturf-looking rejects out there don't seem to be able to actually process concepts which might challenge your imaginary position as supreme arbiter of that which is just and good. Now this is complicated, so I'll break it down for you because the pleasure of making my disdain known outweighs the minimal complication that explaining this simple set of concepts to you adds to my life. The first part is simple: you have to have loudly passed judgment on me. Second, you must feel that I have directly, specifically, and intentionally insulted you and never directly, specifically, and intentionally apologized. Either both of those conditions apply and you suck fetid monkey scrotum, or you are a delusional freak who is looking for an excuse to make your life more complicated than it needs to be, and besides which you suck necrotic monkey scrotum. I'm not even going to get into whether you interpreted what I said accurately, because I dislike repeating myself and I'm doing this for fun, not for you. Now that we have this out of the way, let's get started. First off, you really suck. Seriously, you seek out someone who has made an entire channel devoted to venting his spleen at the internet. You've decided to pass judgment on this guy who did precisely what he said he was going to do and who expresses his opinions honestly, and you decided to make your disagreement a public fucking issue and couldn't even be bothered to make sure you understood what you were disagreeing with. Do you really expect him to care any more than is required to make a silly fucking animated video and perhaps sneaker about it? What are you, a mental defective or something? First off, your good or bad opinion means nothing to me unless we have had an exchange of both ideas and trust. If we have both of those things, then we're all good. Even if your ideas suck and all I can trust you to do is try to stab me in the night, then at least I know I'll never be bored around you. If I don't have these two things at a minimum, then you as a person are nothing more than a cipher to me. I have a pretty good idea that you're human, but other than that, at best I have second-hand information and at worst I have one lonely little private message telling me how disappointed you are at how I've lowered myself in your eyes. Whatever will I do when faced with that? I will play My Heart Cries Purple Piece for you, on the world's smallest violin. That's what I'll do. Second, not only do you take yourself far too seriously, not only could you probably make diamonds by passing graphite through your anterior sphincter, not only could you use a hot castor oil enema with a side of Tabasco sauce, you might want to remind yourself that your feelings are both completely inaccessible and mostly irrelevant to people that you do not have meaningful contact with. Pick a person, any person on the planet, and the vast majority of the other people on the planet do not even know enough about that person for it to occur to them that they do not care at all about him or her. Even if that person is famous, the actual identity, memories, feelings, and opinions are unknowable to the vast majority of the human race. This applies to everyone, including you, and has some interesting philosophical implications that YouTube cannot pay me enough to walk you through. Especially because watching you wallow in your own false self-confidence is pretty damn funny. Lastly, I'd like to be very clear about what pisses me off the most about you. At some point you decided it was just fine for you to express the idea that other people needed to think like you do about someone or something. First of all, I'm not certain you understand what need really means, and how it differs from like. For example, I don't need your shit, but I would really like for you to leave me the fuck alone. I hope that helps. I can't think the way you do. I would have to unlearn everything that makes me not think like you, and then take your opinions as my own, which I'm not willing to even attempt and am not capable of doing. To dumb it down for you short bus riders out there, I'm perfectly willing to accept that you are you, and I don't care if you accept that I am me or not, because I'm not changing for anyone or anything. It just doesn't work. If you would like me to come to a similar point of view on something, then I strongly suggest that attempting to use negative reinforcement as a behavior modification tool is just going to make me smirk, if that. Better than you have tried and failed. One last thought. This is not a challenge. I don't care enough about you to make a challenge, because to me you're just a slight complication. Something to be briefly mocked and then evaded. Maybe you'll be something else to me, maybe not, but you'd better be more concerned with who you are to yourself than making your influence felt by some cranky guy on the internet, because if you don't, then you're just setting yourself up for failure. Thank you for your time and attention, and don't forget to kiss my furry badger butt on the way out.